Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, has officially filed an appeal seeking his immediate release. Court documents reveal that Diddy is facing serious struggles behind bars, including panic attacks, threats to his safety, and even concerns about his own well-being. In this video, we break down everything disclosed in the filings, including Diddy's statements about 50 Cent and his potential pardon, giving you a full look at the pressure he's under in prison.
A person close to him apparently said, quote, "Spending the holidays behind bars was a nightmare for him." If we're to believe all this, Diddy had a meltdown in his cell and begged the guards to take him to the hospital for observation, but they refused. This same friend or person told the Daily Mail, quote, "He eventually managed to calm himself down with the meditation technique he's been using while he's been behind bars. It took him a few hours of deep breathing and focusing to get out of the bad space he was in, but he finally managed it." This isn't the first time Diddy's mental health has come into question.
Diddy is struggling behind bars, and we'll soon dive into why he's feeling so overwhelmed. But first, let's look at what he's endured in recent months. During his latest appeal hearings, Diddy's lawyers revealed that he was attacked and nearly killed, not once, but twice. Gone Deal also confirmed this through sources inside Fort Dix. Diddy now believes he's being specifically targeted, with people allegedly paying inmates to go after him, adding to the intense pressure he's facing in prison.
So Diddy is claiming that his throat was nearly in prison. According to Diddy, he was asleep in his cell and he woke up to a man standing over him with a shank at his throat. It's important to understand that this incident was not an attempted. If this person wanted to kill Diddy, he never even would have seen it coming until he was bleeding out of his throat. This was a warning, and this was a mark of things to come for Diddy. First off, Diddy is down on a bad charge, and it doesn't matter that it's not like a child charge, it's still a charge, and people in prison, they don't like that. Even though it's a prostitution charge and the that he had transported across state lines were men, it's still a sex beef. It honestly is going to seem even weirder to dudes in there. Also have to keep in mind that Diddy has a lot of money, and they're going to want that money, and they're going to get that money out of him whether he wants them to or not. Also have to keep in mind that Diddy is famous, so if you were the dude who beat up, stabbed, or clapped Diddy's cheeks, that gives you a certain amount of clout in prison.
Here's the truth. Diddy didn't survive 2 attacks in prison because of luck. He survived because the attackers weren't actually targeting him personally. These assaults were meant to send a clear message. We can reach you anytime, anywhere. Diddy's lawyer, Mark Euros, confirmed in a recent interview that some inmates even threatened to assault him. Some speculate this could be a twisted form of prison justice for Diddy's past actions toward women, but the timing of these attacks definitely raises suspicion.
Lay this out right now. He is a target because they talked about this in court. They said somebody tried to shank him already, and that he is a big target. Are you concerned that Sean Diddy Combs could be assaulted, violently assaulted? Is that a thing? Because based on what was said in court, it feels like a thing.
Yeah, it clearly is a thing. I mean, they're already, and he did not want to make a big deal of it. They already tried to shank him once at the MDC, and that was thwarted. And it happens in prison. I mean, you and I can tick off how many times we are aware of somebody getting seriously injured or killed in prison. And so they're going to have to keep him somewhere that they can keep an eye on him. It would have obviously been better if he had gotten less time and had been at a camp, but he's going to be in a facility where somebody's going to have to, from the BOP, and I think they're well equipped to do it if they can, to keep an eye on him because he is a target.
Diddy's current depression is largely tied to 50 Cent. After Diddy's sentencing in October, rumors circulated that he might secure an early release through a pardon from President Trump. His lawyers even confirmed that Trump had spoken directly with Diddy, and a pardon was expected as soon as next month. But everything changed after 50 Cent dropped his Netflix documentary. Knowing the pardon was in motion, 50 released a damning expose that connected all of Diddy's crimes and uncovered his lies, effectively derailing any chance of an early release and leaving Diddy under immense pressure.
In coverage, Sean Diddy Combs seeking an immediate release from prison. This week, his attorneys urging a federal appeals court in New York to reverse his conviction on prostitution-related charges or direct the judge to lighten his 4-year sentence. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joining us. Diddy's lawyers, Jeff, officially filing that appeal this week. Tell us more about their argument and also the chances it succeeds. What are you hearing?
So Diddy is currently serving that 50-month prison sentence after being found guilty on those prostitution-related charges over the summer. In their appeal filing, his lawyers now arguing the music mogul was treated harshly during sentencing by a federal judge who let evidence surrounding charges that he was actually found not guilty of actually then influence his punishment.
At the same time, 50 called President Trump to stop Diddy's pardon. 50 tweeted several times about this and posted on his Instagram saying, "Donald doesn't take well to disrespect and doesn't forget who chooses to go against him. While working tirelessly to make America great again, there is no room for distraction. He would consider pardoning anyone who was being mistreated, not Diddy. Diddy said some really bad things about Trump. It's not okay. I'm going to reach out so he knows how I feel about this guy. I will make sure Trump is aware."
50 Cent don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. He literally is saying he's going to reach out to Trump to remind Trump of the things that P. Diddy has said about him for the sole express purposes of making sure that Trump doesn't pardon Diddy in the event that Diddy gets convicted. Trap and racketeering. That's what 50 Cent is sworn to do. And I got to admit to you, that's wild. Damn, you know you got an enemy there when the man want to go out of his way to contact the president, and clearly he has some kind of inroads where he can get to President Trump so President Trump can hear him. He's basically saying, yo, brother need to go down. Brother need to go down and stay down. That's what he's saying. So if Diddy didn't have enough problems, having 50 Cent on your ass is a problem. That's a problem. That's the only thing I can peel from it at this moment in time. I would love for 50 Cent to tell us what exactly is his disgust with Diddy.
At the same time, 50 Cent personally reached out to President Trump to block Diddy's pardon. He tweeted multiple times and posted on Instagram saying, "Donald doesn't take disrespect lightly and never forgets who goes against him. While working to make America great again, there's no room for distractions. He would pardon anyone facing injustice, but not Diddy." Diddy said some really bad things about Trump, and that's unacceptable. "I'll make sure Trump knows exactly how I feel about this guy." This move ensured that Diddy's hopes for a pardon were effectively crushed.
I love Diddy. He's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
Well, not anymore. After more than a year in prison, Diddy has asked the White House for a pardon, and Donald Trump is shutting him down.
I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years.
Yeah, that's according to the president himself, who spoke to the New York Times on Wednesday, explaining the request came in a letter. Details of the alleged letter haven't been divulged, but Trump did say he's not planning to commute the mogul sentence. He didn't say why, but it's a move the president has been thinking about for months. Here's what he told reporters during Diddy's marathon trial in May.
He used to really like me a lot. I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact.
Just days after 50 Cent's announcement, the White House confirmed that President Trump had denied Diddy's pardon, closing his last hope for early release. This also backfired inside prison. TMZ reported that Diddy had been bragging to inmates about the pardon and promising to take care of them once free. He did this partly for protection, trying to bribe fellow inmates into siding with him, but it only added to the tension he was already facing behind bars.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. What? All the boxes.
He's talking cold. He's dumb.
All the boxes. Okay. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah.
He's dumb.
You reach out here.
Nah, Bob. He ghosted.
Yeah, watch.
You
heard him? Jay-Z reach out.
You about to get out on bail.
Now, hey yo, check this out. I need you to reach out to the producer. Let these motherfuckers know there's a release date for that new Netflix movie.
It's just crazy right now.
You heard him? That's a threat. Keep going. It's gonna say some more.
That's it. That was the whole thing.
Oh, it's another part two.
More part? Yeah. Okay.
The part two to that is, right? Now you caught that, right? Reach out to the producer. He's talking about.
He's talking about recycling pizza boxes.
But he said
clearly that there's a code going on.
Reach out to the producer that and let him know it's gonna be a new term to that Netflix flick. You know, he's talking about something he got on audio, on the video, right?
Yeah.
But he from there he went to like, let them laugh now. We're gonna laugh the loudest later. So I believe we're gonna wake up once he figures out whatever he figures out and accept what he's gonna accept. I think he's holding some things to try to get people to do certain things, whatever that may be. I can't see it being financed just yet, but me and you both know at least 60% of whatever he has going on needs to cut back, should have been cut back to ready and prepare himself for lawsuits and just legal fees and floating.
Diddy seemed completely unconcerned about getting caught, so confident he would be released. The prison warden even caught him drinking toilet hooch in his cell, allegedly celebrating his anticipated pardon. This all happened before 50 Cent's documentary dropped, which ultimately destroyed his chances for appeal. Drinking is strictly forbidden in prison, and Diddy's willingness to take such a risk shows just how certain he was that a pardon was on the way.
So, like I said, these people that usually do make it are very good at it, and they actually charge to make it. So in prison, in federal prison, everything's a business. So he probably paid somebody to actually hold that in their cell and make it for his birthday. I guess it was his birthday that came up, and they will make this alcohol beverage for you. But what's confusing to me is that when you're in the feds, usually there's a crooked CO that'll just bring you in an actual bottle of vodka. So I don't know why they even made it. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So the whole thing you just said about them selling the toilet wine, I feel like Diddy wouldn't have to buy it. There'd be a lot of people who'd want to be friends with Diddy, and they'd be handing it over. Really?
No, they know how much money he has. Everybody's so happy that he's in the jail right now because they see currency. So all they're doing right now is going up to his cell and trying to sell him everything that they have possible. Actually, trying to get on salary with him to make his bed, clean his cell, go extra shopping for him, extra phone calls, cell phones, anything they can. They're all going to his cell trying to sell something to him because they know he has money. They do it to everybody with money in those jails.
Wow, that's something. Let me quickly read the statement that Diddy's team put out when TMZ broke this news, because they really stopped short of denying it. But this is what they said. Mr. Combs is in his first week at FCI Fort Dix and is focused on adjusting, working on himself, and doing better each day. As with any high-profile individual in a new environment, there will be many rumors and exaggerated stories throughout his time there, most of them untrue. We ask that people give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy to focus on his personal growth with grace and purpose.
Leaked videos from inside prison show Diddy spending time with other inmates and working in the library. Previously, he was assigned to the laundry, but he switched after telling the warden he felt unsafe there. With credible threats against his life and co-conspirators possibly looking to silence him, Diddy has kept quiet so far, but how long he can hold out behind bars remains uncertain.
Got video of him at Fort Dix reporting for work in the library, where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library
But
itself.
you're seeing him here. This is him reporting to work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
this was the chapel, and this is the media library in the chapel, which is where Diddy's currently working. He's working in a Life Connections program, which is an 18-month program that helps rehab people, get them closer to spirituality, to charity groups. And with that, it will shorten his sentence. But in this media library, he helps inmates with religious material, rent out movies, that kind of stuff. You see him pushing a cart
interesting
with a TV on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
this got to be
his first
This
assignment.
got to be a promotion.
Yeah.
It feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah, it does
I mean,
it does sound like he used maybe possibly some connections to get a better job.
If new charges arise, more witnesses come forward, or Diddy's appeal is denied, this story could escalate quickly. According to insiders, the biggest developments might still be ahead. What do you think? Does Diddy's appeal stand a chance, or is this just the start of a much longer sentence? For the latest updates as this unfolds, subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay tuned. This story is far from over.